Hi, my name is Chad Sneed with High5 Leadership, and thank you for downloading our 30-day outcomes journal. We created this video to give you an explanation about the journal sections and ensure that you are set up for success. If you are using this journal in its electronic form, you will need to open it in a dedicated PDF reader like Adobe Acrobat in order to save what you enter into the fields. You can also print it out if you prefer a physical version, and we also offer 6-month versions of the journal on our website. At High5 Leadership, we are always focused on outcomes. Another word for outcomes is goals or dreams. The question we are always asking ourselves is WTO, what's the outcome? Because when I am faced with a choice to make and I ask myself, what's the outcome? Then the best choice to make is whichever one is moving me forward towards my outcome. And the idea behind setting outcomes is that they should layer on top of each other to support the larger outcome. For example, my daily outcomes should support my 30-day outcomes. My 30-day outcomes should support my yearly outcomes. And my yearly outcomes should support my long-term outcomes or my dreams. And that's what this journal is focused on helping you out with. Now, something important is that you use this journal in whatever way works best for you. I'm going to go over the general idea behind each section in the journal. Take from that what works for you and use it. And if you have any questions about the journal at all, contact us at support@high5leadership.com and we will be happy to help. With that in mind, the first fillable page you will see is my 30-day outcomes. This page is for setting what outcomes you'll be focused on for the next 30 days. You'll see there is a section for personal outcomes and a section for professional outcomes. For each of those, there is a spot for the outcomes themselves. And below that are my whys. These are the reasons you want to achieve that outcome. Another way to say that is, what are the benefits you will receive by achieving that outcome? This is a very important section, and you want these whys to be significant to you. The reason is when a challenging situation comes up, these whys are what will keep you focused on your outcome. Below that, you will see the what I will see, hear, and feel section. This section is to put yourself into the energy of having already achieved your outcomes. We call that future pacing. So once you have achieved your outcomes, what will you see? What will you hear around you? And how will you feel? And the last section is the first step I will take. Now that you have an outcome, the only thing you need to know is what's the first step you will take. So you'll know exactly what the first thing you will do towards that outcome is. And once you've taken that step, what's the next step after that? And then the step after that. The next page is my 30-day story. This page is for you to write the story of the next 30 days. Again, you are future pacing yourself to the end of the 30 days and you have achieved your outcomes. What has happened over the last 30 days? What wins have you had? How does it feel? This is the opportunity to write the story and put yourself in the energy of having achieved your outcomes. The next page is a spot for some weekly commitments around health and personal development. What are you committed to doing to improve your health and develop yourself? The page after that will be the first of the daily pages. You'll be filling out one of these pages each day. At the top is a spot for the date, and below that are some tips to help you start your day off in a positive way. The first being, my first thought is today I choose joy and I smile. That's just an incredibly positive way to start the day. Next is I meditate and visualize my success. After that is I read something positive. Again, focused on starting the day with positive. And you'll see that there is a positive quote on each day. Next is I read my 30-day story. So rereading your 30-day story and putting yourself in the energy of having achieved your outcomes. And last is I raise my vibe with a high-five party. Maybe your party is some exercise or listening to some music and having a dance party. Whatever it is that will raise your energy and get you excited for the day. Below that, you will see a section for WTO, what's the outcome for the day? There's a spot for today's personal outcome and today's professional outcome. What am I focused on for the day? And ideally, these will be moving me towards my 30-day outcomes. Below that is a spot to set your attitude for the day. We call those I am statements because we would submit that two of the most powerful words in any language are the words I am. Based on the outcomes I set for the day, how am I going to show up? Will I be positive, courageous, fun, whatever that is for you? And at the back of the journal, we have included a ton of positive I am statements that you can choose from if you want some ideas. Below that is a section for I am grateful for and why. One of the most powerful emotions is gratitude. When you are focused on what you are grateful for, it instantly raises your energy into a very positive state. We like to say that gratitude is the express elevator to joy because it is impossible to be angry or depressed if you are feeling grateful. So, what are 5 things that you are grateful for? People, things, events, whatever that is for you. And then we take it a step further with why you are grateful for that. The last section is for reflections on the day. How did the day go? Did you stay focused on your outcomes? Did you run into challenges? What are the positives from the day? Whether you complete this section at the end of the day or come back to it the next day, take that moment to reflect on the day and especially focus on the positives. After a week of these daily pages, you will find a spot for weekly self-reflection. This is an opportunity to reflect how the week went. How did I do on those commitments I made for my health and self-development? What were my high five moments from the week? A high five moment is a super positive moment where you had a win or something else positive happened. What did I learn about myself last week? And then there is a spot for setting health and development commitments for the next week. And then at the end of the journal, you will find a spot for reflection on the last 30 days. How did the last 30 days go? And again, focus on the wins and the positives you had. And that is the High5 Leadership 30-Day Outcomes Journal. Like I mentioned earlier, what's important is to make this work for you. Use it in whatever way works best for you. And if you have any questions at all or need some support, contact us at support@high5leadership.com because we are on your team. Thank you again for choosing to download our journal and choose joy.